Hello guys, today we got another awesome Mega Bloks Collector Series Call of Duty Collector Construction set. It's a lot of words in there, but it's a lot of parts. 891 pieces in this, and it's recommended for 14 and up, which means it's going to be a little difficult for me. This kit, of course, is the what they call anti-armor helicopter. We all know it as the Apache AH64. Let's take a look at the back of the box. It comes with 3 highly detailed figures. Not sure who they are or what their names are as of yet. Well, without further delay, let's open the box. Well, inside the box we have 2 instruction booklets. We have 14 baggies with a bunch of little baggies inside it. Lots of pieces and parts. With 3 little figures, and let's get started. Let's take a further look at the instruction books. Very nice colored little books, have all the pieces and parts. They have the breakdown of the figures and their assembly, and let's get right in it. Start organizing. Alright guys, as you can see, lots of little pieces and parts out of all these little baggies. Some really cool, unique pieces once again, as Mega Bloks never fails to amaze me. Look at these printed tiles. And not only are they just printed, they're glow in the dark. Craziness. You can see here, they're so detailed. They're tiny, tiny. And the thing is, you don't even really see them inside the ship. Once the figure's in place, you really don't even see them inside the ship. So they do it just because they can. And they care. How about that? Anyways, let's get on with these figures. These 3 figures, as usual, are highly detailed. We have the gunner guy, who sits in the front. We have the pilot, which I believe this guy's the pilot. I'm not sure, but I'm going to call him Mr. Pilot. And then we have this guy with the little beret here. He looks like he's a specialized figure from the game. So if you guys know who any of these characters are supposed to be or are, please let me know, because I'm trying to learn this stuff too. He's got his cool little gun here, which is also painted. It's kind of neat. They really go into a lot of detail. Can't express that enough. And here's a picture of the back of the figures. Now this kit not only comes with the helicopter itself, but it also has a few side little displays that kind of help with playability and whatnot. The first part of the build is an ammo pallet, actually, with a couple cans that are filled, as you can see here. Very detailed. The cans actually open up and they're pretty realistic. Let's move on to the next part. Moving forward with the main build, in section 5, there is required a 1x1 piece with a small side extension. However, it is not really needed in this portion of the build, so just disregard it. I love the aggressiveness of this look. Incredible. I did run into a small problem. I am missing 2, I don't know how crucial the pieces are, but in my group of spare parts, luckily I have them. And as you see here from the pictures, they are the ones in orange. Hopefully they'll be completely covered up towards the end of the build. getting to the Canopy Windows. Each little window comes in its own little separate baggie. And I noticed that there's a small indentation in the window with these little nubs. It only goes in one way, and I believe it's from the front in, and then it snaps in. Hopefully, if my camera doesn't completely die on me, you can see that from these little pictures. Well, Mega Bloks fans, section 53, trying to build a covering piece over the engines, and there's a 6x1 plate that you need to leave out. I indicated it here on the drawing. The cowling actually won't close if that piece is in there. Keep going. Section 69. Trying to attach the engines to the fuselage. Having a little issue here. As the drawing sits, the engines will attach nicely. However, you cannot open the cowling enough to see the cool engine parts inside. My solution: place a 6x2 flat plate over the existing 6x2 flat plate and move the engine back 2 spaces. It really doesn't mess with the looks at all, but it does help with the functionality of one of the cool features that this kit has. The engine's inside really looks neat. Let's move on. On to book 2. This part of the kit must have been assembled on a Friday around 5 p.m. I couldn't get anything to go together correctly. For instance, the first thing in the book is to assemble the missiles. I thought that would be the most exciting part. Not too much exciting about it when it doesn't go together well. They have a cool gold insert to make it look realistic, but you have to put the little cones on and all that stuff, and the cone kept falling off. It was loose, it was this, it was that. Oh my goodness. So I ended up kind of gluing it together with nail polish. I use nail polish because it acts like Loctite on bolts, and I kind of wanted a little bit of a red color to give it a little red ring. You can see it here. I did it kind of sloppily because I was in a hurry. I hope you don't have the same problem. After that was attaching the built missile assembly to the bottom of the winglets. Much easier said than done. No matter what I did, the assembly just would not stay in place. The wind would blow and it'd fall off. So, I had to glue it. But it all looks good and all came together well after that, until the next part. Section 71. The missile launchers, I was missing a piece. So I substituted a piece from another set I had. And it looks pretty cool. As you can see here, I would prefer to have the real piece. And I'm sure that if I contact Mega Bloks, they'll send me the correct parts that I'm missing out of this kit. Usually, they're right on. The missiles just slide into place, and they're loose fitting. So if you tilt the helicopter's nose down, they'll slide right out. I kind of wish they were a little snug. That way, you don't accidentally bomb somebody you don't want to. That's never a good thing. Let's move on. The next part is attaching the wheels to the underside. While assembling the wheels, the pieces were very loose. So what I ended up doing was I ended up squeezing the little posts, as you can see here, with these pliers ever so gently. Not harshly. Gently. Once you do that, they fit in a little snugly, and that allows them to stay in place. Okay guys, finishing up assembling the tail. Ran into a little problem. There's a little block near the rear wheel. If the little block was in place, the rear rudder would not move. So I took it off, assembled the rudder, put it in place. Looks great. You see our wonderful American flag on the side. Look at it. Looks good. And then putting on the rotor. Main rotor went together well. It's actually at the correct pitch, just like the real one. But I was missing a couple pieces. I substituted a few little silver pieces that I had in the place of the real ones that I'm supposed to have. Once again, I must have a lemon. I've gotten a little frustrated towards the end. In the end of the book, they want you to assemble a really cool looking outpost with an antenna and a real fabric tent. I actually ironed the fabric preparing for the assembly, but I believe I'm missing some parts. So I'm gonna save myself any more frustration and say I'm done. This build is really nice. I'm sure this is just a lemon. Mega Bloks does a great job usually. I think I will call them and let them know about my issues, and I'm sure they'll make it right. But this kit, I do not recommend it for play. Sit it on a shelf, hang it from the ceiling. It's very delicate. It's not something that you can actually swing around, play, and, you know, bomb things. But I think it should be for 16 and up. I believe it does say that actually. But please see some of my other videos. I got some really cool ones coming up. And take a look at my old ones. Thank you again. As always, keep God first. Thank you for everything, Lord. And thanks for watching. Take care.